Greetings, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. I'm Jakumar Mohanachandran, the Chief Research Officer at IMCAS. I've been in the industry for the last 25 plus years. I've been always passionate in driving technology that can propel businesses towards success. CI as a Service, CAS, is your ultimate destination for all things related to technology and information. If you are embarking on large scale projects or seeking specialized expertise, or require any consultation for your endeavors, CAS is your go-to solution. We work very closely with you, offering deep expertise and leveraging decades of experience to deliver optimal solutions that is being tailored to your enterprise needs. I head the research division of CAS, and at CAS Research, we operate with a lot of integrity and transparency, and that's the very core of our research. With a wealth of multiple years of experience, CAS Research has ingrained stringent policies and standards at its core. We have been creating research purely focused on technology, creates an environment where neither clients nor vendors can sway our research. And here we are now with a detailed breakdown of those industry-wide reports related to healthcare, oil and gas, retail, insurance, so on and so forth. So guided by our world's best practices, we maintain objectivity in ensuring clients cannot purchase research coverage or favorable opinions. Our dedication to independence empowers us to make bold calls, exercising full control over our research agenda, evaluations, and conclusions. I just wanted to let you all know that there's been a lot of meticulous planning and activities that went behind all our research just to ensure that the quality is not compromised. And we purely focus all the time on qualitative information rather than quantitative data, including proprietary insights to inform that we come up with the right kind of data points for you to take any decisions. The advantage of relying on with CAS Research will be you will get a comprehensive insights into the latest tech trends customized to your business needs. We can arrange strategic consulting sessions. You'll be a part of our event, when we do the research readouts. You'll get the early market predictions and also access to our expert network. So with this, I would like to conclude and hand it over to our lead research analyst, Shoaib Chowdhury, who will take you through the deep dive of today's webinar, which will actually focus on one of the industry. And from here onwards, please do thoroughly enjoy the session and do share your feedback. We look forward to working with you very closely. Our deliverables are designed to empower your business with the knowledge and strategies that needed in this digital age. So looking forward to work closely with each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Shoaib Chaudhary, Lead Research Analyst at CAS Research, and it's my pleasure to walk you through the CIO curated Middle East IT Industry Foresight's 2025 education sector. Beginning with the demographics of the report, this report brings together insights from over 150 senior IT leaders, primarily CISOs 41%, CISOs 35%, CTOs 18%, and IT directors 6% across the Middle East. Our respondents spanned across KSA 31%, UAE 27%, Kuwait 16%, Qatar 12%, and Oman 10%. One of the first themes we explored was digital learning enablement. Remarkable 96.9% of educators have received at least some form of training to use digital platforms, with 47.2% exclusively trained, a promising indicator of readiness across the region. When it comes to tools, 75% of institutions are leveraging video conferencing tools like Zoom and Teams. Another 75% utilize remote access to materials. 62.5% are actively integrating collaboration suites such as Google Workspace and Microsoft 365. Despite this, some challenges persist, particularly 37.5% cite teacher or student preparedness issues, and 12.5% report engagement or technology access gaps. Data analytics and personalization. A critical area of opportunity lies in data-driven personalized learning. Only 33.3% currently use data analytics extensively for tailored education. However, 35% are actively considering adoption, indicating a growing trend. On data privacy, 62.1% strictly adhere to regulatory norms, but 12.3% are still limiting data collection due to privacy concerns. Cybersecurity and digital literacy. On the cybersecurity front, just 42.9% of institutions offer extensive training to staff and students. In digital literacy, 57.1% are moderately proficient, but only 42.9% are highly proficient, highlighting an area requiring continued investment. Policies around online safety are basic in most institutions, with 53.3% having only general guidance in place. Based on data, we propose three strategic imperatives. First, institutionalized, blended, and hybrid learning models. It's no longer a temporary fix, but the future standard. Second, invest in scalable, intelligent learning ecosystems to close the gap in personalization and artificial adoption. Second, investment in scalable, intelligent learning ecosystems to close the gap in personalization and artificial intelligence adoption. Elevate digital fluency across all stakeholders through enhanced training and cybersecurity awareness programs. In conclusion, the region's education sector is digitally maturing, but the journey from infrastructure adoption to intelligent, personalized, and secure learning ecosystem is just beginning. Lastly, I'd like to thank all our contributors who helped us curate this report and were a part of the survey, and also our research team who's been working on this and curating this report with their data analysis skills and report writing skills. And now open the stage for panel discussion where we have two of the education IT expertise joining us and sharing their insights with us. Firstly, joining us is Mr. Mohammad Afan Habib, the Director of IT from Sharjah Maritime Academy. And joining him is Mr. Hazim Jarar, Chief Technology Officer, King Faisal Foundation. Thank you very much to both panel speakers for being present on this panel discussion and sharing their insights with us and their real life experiences that they encountered during their journey in the digital landscape of the education sector in the Middle Eastern region. Also, would like to thank everyone who's present on this webinar and who's been supporting CAS in its journey. Thank you very much, everyone. The report is now available to download on the CAS website. Thank you very much and take care. Coming to Afan, I'd like to ask how can educational institutions overcome barriers such as budget, training, and ethical concerns to scale up the use of artificial intelligence and adaptive technologies in classrooms?
Yeah, it's a good question, and specifically for related to the education sector and how we can utilize the AI. The main, this to scale the personalized data-driven learning for the institutions. It will be, the to leverage the cost. These are the key area: the faculty upskilling, the data ethics, to have a the faculty upskilling is very important because that is core, and to understand the what's the trends going on in terms of AI, especially for the education technologies, and especially for the core learning technology systems. For example, the learning management system should be integrated with the AI-enabled tools, and the student information system should be integrated as well to utilize the both systems together with the integration point of view. These are the core area, but on top of that, on the main thing is the budgeting, and we should be. It's depend on the institute to institute that how priorities, the what are the priorities specifically for budgeting specific to the learning and teaching perspective. From nowadays, like for us, we focus mainly on the future for the students, definitely to upskills their based on the best technologies and to make sure they are up to the mark on the AI based, the teaching and learning facilities utilizing. The smart classroom is one of the main thing which we initiated recently for the students, which is fully integrated with the learning management system. And the learning management system is itself is inbuilt with the AI tools and features. Those are the main the key perspective. And recently, we introduced some kind of one-to-one sessions and for the faculties to bring up their skills on the AI, what's going on, what are the ethics basically to use your teaching and learning, and what to use, what not to use, the basic policies and guidelines on the AI. And especially nowadays, people are using AI on a daily basis. But we have to make sure some kind of a data security point of view that how the faculty should be aware about the ethics, especially for the during the teaching and learning and official use perspective as well. Plus, the partnership with the key stakeholders, AI-enabled partners, there are multiple partners right now that available in the market who can support us in terms of ready solutions. So we don't need to invest in-house resources or in-house development going on. So instead of that, focus on the solutions which is ready AI enabled and which can save time. This is what we have done. For example, the blockchain technologies, for example, the credential verification systems using the blockchain for the students. And now we are focusing more on the LLM, our own LLM, which is for the students, employees, and faculty as well, which to leverage the, our data and policies and guidelines and what exactly required to build up the course materials, especially for, the our institute. So these are the things which is, I believe, it's must to be considered. Budget, upscaling to our resources, faculty, and students as well, to make sure they are up to the mark at this moment. Awareness sessions to be conducted very frequently, very regularly on this. And the ethics, the data ethics and the AI ethics should be fully, um, in the system itself. Like they should be fully aware about all of these things. I think that's the core.
Thank you, Abid. Thank you for
Definitely.
sharing your insights. It's going to be very insightful
Thank you.
for anyone who is listening to this. And then, okay, so coming to Mr. Hazan with the first question, I'd like to ask, as the CAS report indicates that over 60% of institutions have fully integrated digital platforms into their core curriculum. What we would like to know is that what are the critical success factors you have observed in ensuring sustainable digital adoption across diverse educational disciplines?
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Whenever you go into a digital transformation project, uh, I think you need some preparatory work to be done. And that preparatory work will mostly be very decisive in having the effects of success and even the level of success that you could accomplish. Mostly, when we started with our schools and to think about incorporating the technology, modern technologies, there was a commitment and even a push and even direct involvement from top level management in the foundation, and they were really uh, committed to the digital transformation and the incorporation of modern technologies. And this commitment was really, if I can say that, yani, commitment of the top level management up to mid management is very, very important. They dedicated time, they gave directions, there was weekly reports and coming back. This has assisted a lot. And this has, made this dynamic activity from the whole team to do that, to move on that. Uh, Second point, so point number one would be the commitment from top level management. Point number two would be uh, process sometimes re-engineering in a full re-engineered way. I always think of the learning that teaching and learning, it has been quite rigid for a very long time. When Corona came and people started, learn from home and distant learning, there was a big effect. We believe that, when the students they uh, they interact with each other, they feel each other in the room. Group learning really brings a better result. So you see them interacting. Now, when you incorporate modern technologies on this and remote learning and all of that, you lose a certain thing. But you have to re-engineer the process, creating the groups, making the group work. It is the one that you get rewarded for. So usually, even when we employ people, we say that you spend so much time, 12 years in the schools, and then, go to university, and then all of that would be singular. It's based on a singular learning model. So when you come to work, it's group work. It's a group. The group model is the one that makes you productive. This has made us re-engineer the learning in order to get groups to work together. It's always groups. When they start the the academic year, immediately they get segmented into groups, and then those groups, are interchanged. People move from one group to another group. You get this feeling, and this has given us a good result in this. So process re-engineering in a more group way, group learning. This has really given us good effects on this. Also, I can say, with AI, artificial intelligence, now how users, or how it is being used by the students, this has become a very critical. I can tell you a simple example of, like, we incorporated AI. We encourage students to use AI. Some of the students, they take, for example, the material on PDF format, they upload it to an AI, DeepSeek, or any other, and then they please create me some sample questions, 3 questions, and then they work on the questions and answering them. Then they check their answers. AI has assisted the teachers in this so much. Now, we came into two parts in this. There are two main points, which is getting the teachers uh, capable of letting the students use AI and use AI as well with them and assisting them, and the students themselves also using AI. For example, evaluation of an essay. If you are requested to type something, and you type it, then the evaluation of it. I don't want to mention more than these 3 or 4 points, but maybe to add a fifth one: selection of the technologies that you're going to use. This is very, very critical. And sometimes you have to think of that in the mid uh, of the digital transformation journey, you decide to change from one technology to another technology. Cloud is very, very important. So putting the base of the technologies that they're gonna start using in the digital transformation of the educational institution, this is very, very, very critical. And we have changed major changes even without having any effects that would uh, take us back. We're always moving forward. If not all of the streams are going forward, some of them are lagging behind a little bit, then moving faster and faster, creating more than one stream of moving forward. That was also a good point that we still operate on.
Thank you, Mr. Azim. And I completely agree with you with the adoption of AI and choosing the right technology. I think that's very vital for the successful implementation. Coming back to you, Habib,
Thank,
I'd
thank
like
you.
to ask what strategies can be implemented to embed digital literacy and cybersecurity awareness into every layer of education, from student orientation to faculty development.
See, again, the cybersecurity, it's a very common trend, and I must say that, of course, it's not an option now. There's no more option as a cybersecurity in any institutes or in any education institute. So we need to make sure that the students, faculty, even the employees, the admin employees as well, should be fully digitally literate, and the competencies should be upskills to the up to the mark. Because now it's not a traditional phishing going on. It's not a traditional way of risks. And now it's a full AI base. The things are moved to completely different perspective in terms of threats. For my perspective, in strategy point of view for the cybersecurity, what we have done, the first focus for institute to move forward to the standard and compliance to the best practices, which is ISO 27001. We recently implement and achieved the certification as well to make sure those basic core standards are in place, the guideline policies in place. Now move back to the literacy point of view on the cross institute, how we make sure to implement the culture of the cybersecurity in a cross institute is mainly to build the awareness very frequently on all modes. Either it's the email communication going on to the every weekly basis for each specific areas for students and for employees as well. Conduct the awareness sessions online and in person, arrange the symposiums and conferences in-house, like to national level, because in January we organized AI and digital innovation symposium and the cybersecurity as well, part of that, and invited most of the well-known brains of UAE and higher education sector for cybersecurity leaders as well, to make sure our students, our employees, can understand what's going on across and what kind of a latest threats, how to secure, our systems as well. The other thing which I must say that it's the cybersecurity should be mandatory for yearly professional development for all the employees and all the faculty in the institute, to make sure they are fully aligned and fully, have full understanding about all the risk, threat factors. And because most of the threats are human based, the risk is if you are not aware about what kind of this risk, you're going to click, are you going to, forward even, or you're going to receive some kind of a malicious, embedded links. So these things should be basic awareness to be there, but sometimes it happens. So we do these things, and part of our yearly professional development. It's a mandatory full course, available on our learning management system. And after that, they got the certification as well. Not only that, we collaborate with the Sharjah government digital authority to start the awareness session for our students and employees, which we have conducted as well. And the last year and this year as well, we are planning to do again. So to have multiple level, not only internally, but from all external, the national level, all the what's going on the technology point of view, there are multiple cybersecurity threats are now variations are now introduced through the AI. So we should be fully aligned with the latest threats as well and risk as well. As second is, as I said, that part of the compliance we are making sure the monitoring, the SOC, the Security Operations Center, the 24 by 7 monitoring alerts should be there. So those kind of basics are of course there. But now it's more advanced threats intelligence tools, which is must to have in any institute, and we should be partner with those solution providers as well, instead of building our own, bulk of investment here on-prem. And I think it's recommended to have a partnership with the security managed service or SOC providers and all to build the state-of-the-art SOC, the Security Operations Center.
Thank you, Abid. Thank you. And I completely agree with you that right now cybersecurity is not an option. It's gone far beyond,
Exactly.
and it's become an essential aspect in the IT
Exactly.
then. So coming back to Mr. Hasan, I'd like to just ask that, as we saw according to CAS Research Insights, nearly half of educators receive only basic training. How can institutions balance the fast pace of technology adoption with the slower curve of teacher readiness? What innovative training models have shown the most promise in your experience?
Okay. The foundation, Kingfisher Foundation, they have adopted, I think about 15 years ago. We decided to be a driving force and an adoption authority for the IB, International Baccalaureate curriculum. And we started working on that. And our start uh, work on this was in establishing a training program. And we spent like quite an amount of money on this, where any teacher in Saudi can come and join that program, and we used to fund everything, the cost of the trainees and the instructors and all of that to train the uh, train the teachers on the IB program. And we spend quite a significant amount on this, and that was like point number one. So if you want to implement something or adopt something, it's the training, and training is very important. In that we had on-job training, example training. I think is trained by example. There were so many uh, methodologies used. I think there was this Kirkpatrick model that was quite efficient. It gives you a method of evaluating the results and how efficient was training the trainer. How was it efficient? And also modeling, where you get the trainer to be trained, and then you get him into like a simulator. Uh, so he gets to work on what he is trained on. Those were very very important success factors in the training methodologies that we were used. Evaluation of the result, the Kirkpatrick model helped a lot, and we saw really that the results when you set it, that the trainers that started working in different schools all over the kingdom, it gave very good results. And we stopped that because we stopped the program sometime before, because it needed funding, and we saw uh, more people interested in the work themselves, and we got into a good level of satisfaction and having enough students here. Now, that was some time before. Now we are really evaluating into going into this, especially with the digital or technology boom that has happened, especially after Corona. That there are certain things that have changed on this.
Thank you, Mr. Hasan, for shedding light on this and giving your views about it. Coming back last to the last question to Mr. Afan, like the CAS report highlights persistent gaps in access, personalization, and literacy. So, what models or partnerships can institutions explore to ensure that digital transformation leads to more inclusive and equitable learning experiences across urban and rural divides?
The thing is, the digital transformation, again, it's like a cybersecurity I mentioned, it's not an option. Same thing here. Like And where we are in this place of the world, like UAE is more focused on digital transformation, each and everything. The paperless strategy that, the printing, to cut down the whole complete printing consumables. So multiple areas, and to bring that the community itself, building up the hubs, the learning hubs for the community, to build the portals, the learning information system portals as well, which we are almost there. And in terms of our point of view, there will be catalogs will be online catalogs will be available for, especially for our sector, like maritime studies and higher education studies as well, plus some specialized courses like a cybersecurity and the ships and ports, the other areas of the information technology and cybersecurity, or the AI as well. So those kind of things should be available for the community as part of a learning hubs, and it's as inclusively available, co-create as well. Content should be diverse with the students, getting some ideas from the students, because students are nowadays more smart than us. So they are more smarter than us, that to come up with the ideas, like, okay, these kind of thing if we do, then it's much better. So I believe that should be creating a learning hub and for the community. That's one thing. The policies should be, but in this case, very precise. Like, okay, who should have access, and the audience is what for which category of catalog courses. Those can be available. Then public-private partnership collaborate in a wider level, if we are thinking about. I'm not saying in the current specifically for my institute, but yeah, that can be available to have a multiple partners and collaborate. What in our area we are collaborating with multiple partners in terms of blockchain perspective, in terms of the cybersecurity perspective, and the learning technologies as well. Plus, in the collaboration with our government, other institutes as well. So, to sharing the internal systems, have multiple meetings and arrange institutes to institute collaborations, to share the latest technology trends in the higher education sector. So I believe those will be very helpful, and then we should do, and we are doing. And as well, as I explained even earlier, I must highlight, we have done this at national level AI symposium, which cover up most of these topics, and to share all the experts, the subject matter experts, the AI, gurus, I must say. They were, presenting the what gonna be technology they are using right now in higher education sector for students, and faculty should be fully aligned with those trends as well. And the learning, large language model, which I explained to you earlier, that now it's must to have our own as well. And nowadays, it's not a big, rocket science to have our own LLM as well through the open source technologies. So I think these are the things which is core, and to digitalize learning centers in some other areas as well, not only the urban areas. So in this part of the world, you can say all our urban areas is fully available. All technologies are available. The telecom sector is fully matured. The systems are fully available. I believe these are and offline platforms should, maybe we must somehow invest in some kind of a learning platform which can be available offline features, like on a low bandwidth operations mode. That will help as well.
That's great, great. Thank you very much, Mr. Afan, for being here and being a part of this panel discussion.
Thank you,
Really
Sean.
thankful and really honored to hear you speak. And lastly, I'd like to ask Mr. Hassan that as the report shows that more than 60% of institutions are likely to continue remote learning practices post-pandemic. So, what are the long-term implications of this shift for curriculum design, student engagement, and faculty workload?
I think that it's going to be more than 60%. I think that, the remote learning is really very, very important, and it has given quite good results. But I don't think, يعني, we still agree that uh, student interactions and the students dealing themselves, when you look at them when they have, a break and how they deal with each other and all of that, this is part of the learning process. So the good full model of distant learning, of remote learning, we don't agree with it. We need interaction and from the students, especially in ages that are below 12. It's very much needed. Maybe they can come, just to interact with each other, just to do some discussions in the classroom. This is what one of the teachers once told me, or one of the supervisors once told me, that our students are coming to the school in order to interact with each other. They interact with each other, they hear each other, they look at each other, they, eat with each other or something like that. But it's really when they go home and they spend like 2 or 3 hours in reviewing the the curriculum. It is really, that's when the uh, scientific, that's when the material they are learning. But you cannot depend on the science, on the scientific material only. You have to get this person for this interaction, and this we have seen. Uh, I remember that same supervisor told me that, he worked in some several other schools where they give you so much of information and science and rules and learning and learning and learning, and but our methodology has been more of easing of that learning, making it remote more, and getting you to feel the sense of group learning, working with each other, dealing with your peers, learning from your peers. They learn from each other more than they learn from us. I've seen this even with students. We went with them several times. If one of them uh, creates a good project in machine learning, they learn from that. They remember what one of their colleagues did more than what they remember from the instructor in the classroom. And so it's a mix, but I think for the scientific material, it should really be even more than 60%. And also using AI is very, very important. And we encourage using AI. We have seen some instructors and supervisors have risen or put up a flag that if the students become dependent on AI, that would be important. That would be negative. We're trying to make a mix of this. So if the user decides that he's gonna not write the essay that he's supposed to write, and hand it over to AI to do it for him, he's gonna feel when he goes to the school that he's behind, he's lacking behind, he's not understanding properly. Even in programming, let's give an example. I'm an IT person, and in programming, so you could now, most even professional programmers, they use AI to create more than 80% of the program that they want to, of the coding, doing the coding. Now, if a person is professional enough and is strong enough in his knowledge about the language that he is using to do the programming, uh, you feel the strength of the whole program, even if 80% of it is created by AI. But if he's not professional enough, you feel the weakness of the program on that. The instructors have seen this, and they have highlighted this. And we have shown this to the students. So The more that you focus on learning, the better that you can use AI to enhance your learning. If you don't focus on it and you get to depend on AI more, and you don't focus on learning the programming language that you're supposed to learn, you will reduce the level of AI that you are trying to use. So I think يعني, this covers maybe a little bit of a roadmap, uh, a small roadmap for the future of how it's supposed to the learning, how learning is supposed to somehow uh, be dealt with.
Thank you, Mr. Azim. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on all the questions that we asked you, and thank you for being on this panel.
For education is, as I said, that it's no more just a traditional way of education. Like the learning technologies should be available across anywhere. Each and everything's now is SaaS based going on. This, as I said, the students and they are no more like as a learner. They're now it's much matured after this chat GPT and the learning other AI tools as well. So the time is important, of course. So we should be aligned with the latest AI, certifications, AI for each and everyone. For myself as well, I'm currently doing the lead auditor for the AI, ISO AI, management system. So like we should be aligned. Like if the first, of course, who is managing, they should be fully aware and understand and certified on those, and then moving forward for the students and the faculty in the institute as well. I believe these are the core.
All due respects to the professional people that I have seen and the work that you are moving on this, and that's any point that I wanted to make.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nagareddy and Mr. Mohammed Kashif, for